Magic. Check 1, 2. There we go. All right. I don't know why my ATX ain't working, man. I swear, man. Electronics will do whatever the fuck they gonna want to do. What's happening with you, folks? What's up with you? Your boy is here. Your boy is here today on another year. Even though it starts in spring, we here on today as well. These things is cool, but they heavy. Let me see if I put it right here. That's not as bad, but it's got a flap like that. All right, so we got some information to go through. We're gonna do some live research toward the end, but we got some information to go through. Let me look over here real quick. Open up my little chat box. Let's see here. Never miss a chat. All right, we got the chat box open. Let me scoot this over so my TikTok people can see what's going on. Let me just double check my audio on my YouTube channel real quick. Let me give people time. I hope everybody had a good New Year. All that fun stuff. Let's see. TikTok people. Yeah. Okay, I can hear me. See what's going on. The video's a little yellow. I should change the white balance real quick. Give me a second just to make sure things are really, really looking like I want them to look. That's a little bit better. Hopefully I didn't mess up the angle too much. Yeah. I can deal with that. It was a little yellow. It was okay. It's still a little yellow on the Twitter side of the game, but I mean on the TikTok side of the game, but that's because probably my phone. But over here, I can deal with that. We can deal with that. All right. So a lot of people going live tonight, so I may not get a bunch of people in here tonight, but oh well. For those who come in, you're gonna enjoy some good research here today. Some good research. Now, let me pull up my iPad here. Let's see. I do keep that up. Let me pull up my iPad here. And so let me slide this over a tad. There we go. So that way my people in TikTok world can see me. TikTok world, I tried to apply for the third time on this restream, and for TikTok access, it never granted to me for whatever reason. Sorry, I would love for y'all to be able to see this particular setup the way it is. I mean, you get to see it, but you experience it one way. But I wish y'all could experience it the way that everybody else will. So, what's up, Jordan? How y'all doing this evening? Let's see who else is over up in here. Let me look over here. Frank, Soul General, Robin, what's happening? Everybody's here. All right. So we're just gonna kind of get going into it, and then I will go back over things as people start to come in. But I got started on something. Some of y'all may have seen my latest video. Now let me swap this around, or let's see how I like that. Let's see how I like this. Okay, so I almost want to swap sides, but oh, okay. All right, so I don't even know how I got to this, to be honest. I don't even know how I got to this, but I found this document here. Uh-oh. Stuff falling, y'all. Hold on. Okay, that's my USB. I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right. It's because I was trying to get all of this in the shot for my TikTok folks. Maybe if I move this back and move this forward and move this like this. There you go. You're gonna have to see a little bit more of the what you call it. Man. All right, so Let's get to this. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? All right, so let's get to this, man. I wasn't even looking for this. Okay, let me flip this around. The mirror is Let me customize this a little bit too. See if I can. There we go. Half and half it a little bit there. I like that. I like that. All right, let me see if I can change the mirror camera. Where do I do that at? Mm, resolution, mirror, there we go. All right. All right, now we can read it. Let me go back this way from the Twitter folks, TikTok folks. Okay, now we can read it. All right, so you got the United States Department of Interior. Okay, it says the summary under the criteria and evidence for proposing finding against. I'm sorry, my bad. Summary under the criteria and evidence for proposed finding against federal acknowledgement of the MOWA Band of Choctaw, the MOWA Choctaw. Okay. What's up, Sunshine? What's up, CR the Great? Smoke Jaw, what's happening? What's up, On Code? How you doing? Happy New Year. The one that we celebrate right now, I guess. What's up, Smoke Jaw? Mike P, what up with it? Yeah, what up, everybody? So I wasn't even looking for this, but we got the MOWA Band of Choctaw. I didn't even know who the hell that was, to be honest with you. But I was like, okay, I'm all right. We're gonna go with this. Okay, MOWA Band. Looking it up, it's Mobile, Alabama, and Washington, Alabama. It's two counties. Their first two letters put together. That's what MOWA meant. You know, if nobody was to ever tell you, you think it was something actually to have to do with people being indigenous, because there was a Mobilian Alabama, Alabama Indian, a Mobilian. I should see if I can pull up. Let me see. I might have a source for that. Let me just see. Mobilian. Yeah. That the Mobilians, as they have been called by early writers, were a clan of the ancient Choctaws. So you're in Mobile, Alabama, and you're going under the name of Choctaws, which is ancient. The ancient Choctaws. I am a Choctaw. Your boy is ancient. You feel me? And so a lot of my people in my followers are Choctaw as well. Ancient motherfuckers. Okay. So uh they should have real good substantial proof, being that they're like at ground zero in a sense, in the area of like where Choctaws really were, how you really say it, Choctaws, how where they really were. I wish I had. I think I left my damn. I think I left my lip gloss in my damn car. I hate that. My lips is getting dry. But okay, so Mobilian Indians. Okay, so Mowa Band of Indians is who we're talking about, right? We're gonna go back to that. And I got several sources about the whole Mobilian, and most of them, a lot of them coming from that book. Um, there's another one. I got some in the book in 1721. Let me make sure everybody can see if I do it like this. I want to make sure. I guess my TikTok people are gonna have the hardest time seeing them all. Let me do it like this. Uh, Ow! My bad, y'all. Hold up. Trying to fix this for the folks. All right. There we go. There we go. That way y'all can see most of it. Even though it's kind of far back, I'll still try to zoom in at times, but at least you'll be able to get to see most of the screen. You said a podcast. What's up, Amore? In a sense, you could say it's kind of podcast esque. You feel me? Uh, if I was actually shooting this at my podcast studio, it'd be a whole nother story. And you know what, y'all? I haven't even showed y'all what I've been doing with my podcast studio. I taught some of y'all saw it when I was starting to do it, and I started off with that white um, carpet, fur carpet. Let me show y'all real quick. What it looks like real quick now so y'all can see. Did I might have deleted the photograph. This is part of it. This is it, but I got some extras added to it. But yeah, this is the studio so far. The podcast studio, at least one of the sets. This is the all white and gold set. We're gonna have a black set. We're gonna have a table set. But I've been designing this one. Let me see if I think I put it in my. I think I deleted the most recent video photographs of it. Whatever. That ain't got nothing to do with this. But anyways, I'm just showing. She said something about the podcast. More said something about the podcast. Got me thinking podcast. Appreciate that. Uncle said it looks nice. Appreciate that, y'all. More said exciting. Appreciate it. Brass Prophet said, yo, what up, Brass Prophet? It looks good with the fireplace in the background. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Appreciate that. That does give it a little extra flair, right? All right, so we're gonna get on to this, y'all. We got enough people in here. Let me just double check inside my little chat here. Let me do this so y'all can see that right there. I can get a little closer. Let me get just a bit closer right there. Okay, and now I can see the chats on the other side. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so we're going to be talking about the MOWA band of Choctaw Indians. Okay. Now, I didn't even know who the hell they was. Okay. A MOWA band of Choctaw Indians. What is this? What is this band? Okay. But okay. I found their paper. This is for federal acknowledgement, federal recognition, right? What they all act like they really want. And why do you want federal recognition so bad? But that's perfectly fine. It says prepared in a response to a petition submitted to the Secretary of Interior for federal acknowledgement that this group exists as an Indian tribe. Okay, okay, so this lets you know what we're reading. These people put this in as an application. Did you know you had to apply to the Department of Interior? Uh, Secretary of Interior, I should say, for federal acknowledgement. I didn't. I didn't know exactly how the process works. To be honest with you, I never even thought about it. But another thing I have found, besides that, was this right, not that right there. This is that, but I was trying to show something else. Okay, that's the okay, 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 okay. So I was reading the first page of the actual document or one of the introduction pages, and it says certain things like, hey, the following has been prepared in response to the petition received by the Assistant Secretary, Indian Affairs from the MOWA Band of Choctaw Indians. Let me do that real quick. Uh, Let me do this real quick for the Twitter folk, for the TikTok folk. That way y'all can see it, and then whenever I want to show me, I can do that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. There we go. There we go. All right. My bad. I gotta cater to my TikTok fam, man. Y'all. Typically, I get my most interactive people on TikTok, and they've been rocking with me. They really are the ones that kind of springboarded me into even being inspired to go far like I do, man. So I got to give it up to my TikTok fam. But anyways, so as we see here, it says the findings have been of the petition received by the Assistant Secretary, Indian Affairs, from an Indian tribe under Part 83 of Title 25 of the Code of Federal Regulations. So when I read that, I copied that and pasted it, right? What the hell is Part 83 of Title 25 of the Code of Federal Regulations, right? All right, that's what I had to pull up. Let me see which one it is here. I think it is either this one or this one. One of these two. No, 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 no. Right here it is. 25 part 25 CFR Part 83 procedures for establishing that an American Indian group exists as an Indian tribe. Did you know that there was procedures for it? Obviously, it's got to be some procedures. Do you know what those procedures are? I sure the fuck didn't, right? So let's look and see what some of those actual things are. Okay. I like to see it this way, but I like for y'all to see me too. Let me do this. Like the half and half thing is cool, but let me switch it like this. There we go. Let's do it like that for right now. All right. So, what are some of the criteria? It said, and look, it's a one-page document. What are the requirements for an Indian tribe exist? One page. Okay. So, can these people who are applying stand up to the strenuous requirements of the one page that is needed within this particular thing? Let's take a look. It says the mandatory requirements are that, let me make that a little bit bigger. The petitioner has been identified as an American Indian entity on a substantially continuous basis before 1900. Should go back before then because the 1800s is kind of late 1800s when some of them kind of start coming in. 1880s, 1870s to 80s to be exact. But okay, West B. The predominant portion. Let me grab me some water. Goodness, I don't know why I'm so. You know what? I'm at least glad I got this damn wireless. Last time I was kind of tethered to a wired microphone and y'all wouldn't be able to hear your boy. And your boy got me some black copper colored Indian food that I went and bought. Spending your money in your community. That's what your boy do. All right, no, I was getting hold up. Yes, I'm drinking out of a goddamn blender cup, okay? I do that on purpose. They big. I need to buy me some big cups. I got a bunch of small, like player ass glasses, you know what I'm saying? And then when I go to drink water, I find myself, you sip that and the whole water is gone. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here, I was like, man, I need something big. And then next thing you know, I was like, oh yeah, my little blender glass, my little blender cup. Anyway, let me show up. Okay, let's get back to this. So the strenuous things and requirements to become an Indian tribe through the BIA. It says a predominant portion of the petitioning group comprises a distinct community and has existed as a community from historical times until the present. The petitioner has maintained political influence or authority over its members as an autonomous entity from historical times until present. A copy of the group, so it's like you gotta. That's why they dissolved our Indian tribal governments around 1906, I think it was 1906, 1907. Is because I'm looking at this now. That cut off of us having this so-called requirement of being able to show that we've been governing ourselves as an entity prior to them times. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. But let's go to this. The petitioner's membership consists of individuals who descend from a historical Indian tribe or from historian Indian tribes. Now, I don't know what do you mean by or from historian Indian tribes? I'm kind of curious about that one because wouldn't that be a historical Indian tribe? Historians should be writing the things that are historical, but maybe I'm looking too much into it. Okay, which combined and functioned as a single autonomous political entity. The membership of the petitioning group is composed principally of persons who are not members of any acknowledged North American Indian tribe. And then you have another one here that says neither the petitioner nor its members are the subject of congressional legislation that has expressly terminated or forbidden the federal relationship. I know I'm thirsty as hell. I got that itis. When you so I ordered me some food from when I ordered. It's a food truck. A girl that did she started off doing Instagram plates online and she would deliver. So I was always getting it, especially if you deliver. But then she ended up, getting a food truck. She done moved on up like the Jefferson. So now your boy got to go drive there all the time. She can't deliver to your boy in the food truck. I understand, and I ain't mad. I'm actually glad for the glow up, for the business glow up. I just got to travel about 15 to 20. No, I'm 20 minutes south to go get it. Another 20 minutes back, but it's really good. I had some of it, and I got that itis, and I'm gonna be thirsty. So pardon me. So, okay, let's move to the next thing. So, we know the requirements, the strict requirements, all right, of becoming a tribe. Okay. So, we're going to go into back to this MOWA tribe. Now, again, I was looking at the first page of that introduction and I found that. Then it says the proposed findings of the proposed findings of the MOWA Band of Choctaw petition is the first prepared under the provisions of 25 CFR 83 of the revised acknowledgement regulations, which became effective on March 28, 1994. The application section of the regulations provide for review. Let me find that other thing that I saw. Blah blah blah. Revised regulations. I can't remember, but there was something that said about an act, and I found the act. This is the federally recognized Indian Tribe List Act of 1994. Who knew that there was a federally recognized Indian Tribe List Act of 1994? I sure the hell didn't. Boy, that water. Yeah, I sure as hell didn't. So, what's the title of the source called? Uh, you either talking about this one that I have up, screenshot that, or you talking about um either this that I was reading, you can screenshot that. But either way, this is the MOWA Indians. MOWA Indians. So it says here, let's go here. Hold on. That act. Okay, so here's an act, and the act is about 2 pages long. So it's not that long of an act. All right. It says federal recognized Indian blah 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 blah. Act of withdrawal. It says this title may be cited as a federally recognized Indian Tribe Act of 1994. So late in the game, huh? But okay. For the purposes of this title, the term secretary, or it's giving you a list of the meanings and their findings. Findings. Okay. The Congress finds that the Constitution, as interpreted by federal case law, let me show y'all, I'll highlight what I'm reading. The Constitution, as interpreted by federal case law, invests Congress with plenary authority over Indian affairs. That's absolute authority. I had to look up what plenary meant. That means like absolute. Some of y'all may have knew. I don't know. Sometimes I'm not afraid to say I don't know certain words. You done already seen your boy's intelligence. I'm intelligent than a bitch, but I don't know all the words. Okay. Uh, ancillary to the authority of the United States has a trust responsibility to recognize Indian tribes. The United States has a trust responsibility to recognize Indian tribes, maintain a where'd it go? Oh, here. Government to government It won't let me highlight it for whatever reason, but okay. Government to government relationship with those tribes and recognizes the sovereignty of those tribes. Indian tribes presently may be recognized by act of Congress by the administrative procedure set forth in Part 83 of the Code of Federal Regulations denominated procedures for establishing that an Indian group exists as an Indian tribe, which we also looked at. Okay. Um, it says a tribe which has been recognized in one of those manners may not be terminated except by an act of Congress. Congress has expressly repudiated the policy of terminating recognized Indian tribes and has actively sought to restore recognition to tribes that previously have been terminated. I didn't know that. I wonder how true they are to live up to said claim. But okay. It says the list published by the secretary should be accurate, regularly updated, and regularly published since it is used by various departments and agencies of the United States to determine the eligibility of certain groups to receive services for the United States. And the list of federally recognized tribes with the secretary publishes should reflect all of the federally recognized Indian tribes in the United States which are eligible for the special programs and services provided by the United States to Indians because of their status as Indians. Status. That's a word. Status, right? We hear it all the time. Black was a status. White was a status. Indian was a status. Okay. Last part of it says publication list recognized. Public. What's up, boss? What's up, boss? Yeah, I'm on live. All right, I'll hit you back. All right. All right. That itis is gonna kick in at some point. But okay. The Secretary shall publish in the Federal Register a list of all Indian tribes which the Secretary recognizes to be eligible for the special programs and special and services provided by the United States to Indians because of their status as Indians. I really need to know what these are. Hold on, let me see. What's one thing I didn't look? I mean, we kind of got an idea, but I'm really curious. Now, did it say exactly where it says as a list? Where is that list? Publication of the list shall publish Federal Register list of Indian tribes with the Secretary. Federal, Federal Register list of Indian tribes, Secretary of Interior. Now, this I haven't looked up yet. Indian entities recognized by the Federal Register, the Daily Journal of the United States government. I didn't know they had this. It's a .gov site. Indian entities recognized by the and eligible to receive services for the United States Bureau of Indian Affairs. I noticed by the Indian Bureau of Affairs, this is recently kind of updated somewhat last year. Agency summary. The notice publishes the current list of 574 Indian tribal entities recognized. Supplemental information, and here's the list of tribes. Wow, okay. Long list of tribes. Now I want to know what are those exact special services because we can sit here and let me make myself a little bit big just because your boy feeling himself real quick. Uh, we can look and try to look and see if what I was going to say is we can speculate what these services are, these special programs and services that the United States provides to people of an Indian status. Oh well, free healthcare, free this, free that. How do we know? I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. Is it money given to the tribes that is then made in the form of those programs, or is it programs directly that have to be done, which then receive said funds? So they have, it's almost like reimbursement, like, or is it what is it? And what services? If it is, what services does it cover? If it's not what services it covers, and it's just a lump sum of money, what's the lump sum of money, and why do they get said lump sum of money? Just because you're an Indian? Just magically because you're an Indian, you get money? Or is it because of something else, like maybe leased lands or something that has money set aside from us in a trust, which we can get into? Which, think about that. Some of these Moorish niggas have pretty much said some of this shit, right? But they ain't really talked about no actual Indian tribe status, trust, government, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But they, I'd hate to admit a Morris nigga was right. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to admit any of that. But anyway, no, I'm not against the Morris all the way. Some of y'all status niggas, and every time you mention the word black niggas, get on my nerves though. What's up, Tabitha? What's happening with you this evening? What's up, everybody that's up in there? It said BIA court. Said Indian hospital, Indian scholarships, jobs. See, and let me see real quick that if I can find out what special programs through an actual official government source that we can have, because that would be dope. This is cool having a whole list of tribes, but yeah, I don't really need that, to be honest with you. I do want to know what the services are. I was looking at those things on the left hand side. Let me see if I can just federal programs and services that Indian status receive. Department of Interior. Please. That's a shot in the dark. Programs and services, Department of Interior, Indian Affairs. Now this tribal community resilience, Indian gaming, natural resources. That's probably gonna take more. I'm not gonna get to. This will probably get me kind of far off into the weeds. Let me make this a little bit bigger. What's up, DJ Z in YouTube land and Crew Watt out there in YouTube land, Miss Skilled Gamer out there in YouTube world, and curtains to you. What's happening with y'all, man? Appreciate y'all being on here. Let me swap this around so I can quit trying to hold the screen. Okay, so I'm not gonna get off into that too much because I can go quite a bit in clicking through the motherfucking links, and we'll be here for a while. And I won't even get to this MOWA shit, to be honest with you. So, Federal Recognition Act, they have a list. It's an act if you want to figure that out, right? We have strenuous a strenuous one-page requirements of what it takes or what's needed to become a federally recognized Indian group here in the United States. Okay, so now let's move towards the MOWA Indians because I found their thing. Now I saw this. Uh, this is the MOWA Indians. This is I jumped over. So there's 186 pages. I have not went through all of them. I will go through many of them, but I did notice a table of contents. Now you have sections in this table of contents: requirements, problem areas, methodology, specific examples, core families not documented as Indians. What are they talking about there in the table? Well, huh? Excuse me? Okay, antebellum ancestors claimed as Indian by the petitioners were not Indian. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Petitioners not descended from known Indian families claimed in the petition. Okay. Documented Indian ancestry appears late in the petitioner's development. Huh. Okay. All right. I said, let me just go to the conclusions. That should sum it all up without me having to go too deep, right? Now, this is just the 14 pages right here. And I kind of skimmed through the 14 pages before I went to the conclusions. But then there's a hundred and there's still also another 186 pages total. There's 186 pages total. And I'll show you. Is where is it at? Hold on. I don't know why I couldn't tell where was it over there. Here it is. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. And this is on the BIA.gov website, the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So super official and 186 pages. So once you get through that first 14 pages, it starts over again and you get even more detail. It starts breaking down summary under the criteria on why they wasn't, recognized. And then there was another table of contents right here. You get a second table of contents. And in this one, the petitioner claims varied Indian ancestry. So I believe this is going to actually include what all they claim. And notice there's a free persons of color of African descent. I'm almost curious if the people that have the so-called African descent are the ones that actually have the blood that they can prove, the descendancy that they can prove, and the other ones don't. But this one was pretty much going further down and really says the Rose Reed family, the Weaver family. So like at some point, I'm gonna go through here and like really laugh at some of the shit that I probably find that they trying to claim. We're gonna laugh at some of the shit they claimed already. But this document, I just wanted you to kind of get an idea on the kind of document that I have here. Okay. So we're gonna go to the conclusions. We're gonna go to what I got saved right now. So in the conclusion, this is what it reads. Put it like that. I think y'all can somewhat see it. It's kind of light. But it says, in summary, the petitioner has not documented unambiguous Indian ancestry for its core families from any of the tribes claimed in the petition. It has not documented unambiguous Indian ancestry. Okay. It says, nor that any tribal entity continue to exist in the Washington or Mobile counties. You can't even show that your people continue to exist in the counties since the 1830 Indian Removal Act, which is what it talks about that. It says Alabama, 1830, Dancing Rabbit Treaty. Those who watch me know it well, right? Said they were just arbitrarily saying of African descent. Yeah, whenever they felt like it. I have Weaver in my line. Oh, really? They probably stole your name, or the Weavers might be one of the few that actually have some Indian citizenship, actually descendancy. What's up, Lee? All right, okay. So it says, let me see here. Okay. So it says the extensive. Whoops. Oh my bad. I skipped the part. Alabama, after 1830, of those core families could have become a part. It says only in the case of approximately 1% of its membership have the petitioners documented descent from other known Indian tribes, families. It says the extensive available evidence does not demonstrate either the Indian ancestry claimed in the petition or other Indian ancestry. This extensive evidence either does not support at all or in part disproves Indian ancestry. They're like, look, your shit that your paperwork, not only does your paperwork not show that you're not an Indian, it damn near shows it's laughable. It's like you prove even more so that you're not an Indian by bringing this in here. How could they? How the? I wonder what kind of paperwork they showed them. You know what I'm saying? Sir, it obviously says you're a YT man that came in here X, Y, or Z, or you're an obvious Japanese guy that came in on a boat over here. I don't know why you brought this paperwork over here. I really would like to see that. That might be in the pages that come in afterwards. But okay. It says the extensive available evidence does not demonstrate either the Indian ancestry claimed in the petition or other Indian ancestry. The extensive evidence either does not support at all or in part disproves Indian ancestry. Oh, you already read that. My bad. Only approximately 1%, they said it twice. They had to say it to your ass twice in the conclusion. Only approximately 1% of the petitioner's membership can show, can demonstrate Indian ancestry of any kind. Of any kind. Okay? Boy, that water tastes good when you got that itis. It says no evidence was found to demonstrate that the ancestors of the petitioner were of the petitioner were descended, my bad, from a single historic tribe or tribes which combine and function as an autonomous entity. Meaning, we don't show you either as a so-called single tribe, nor do we show you as any kind of Indian from everywhere else that done came in together. You just ain't got no Indian, basically. Zero Indian, okay? But it says, uh, we conclude, therefore, that the MOWA band of Choctaw clearly does not meet the requirements of criterion in that section 83. Okay, that's pretty damn funny, in my opinion, because these people had to have known this. For only 1% to show this, and you bring in documents. What was on them documents that made you really think, yeah, that's my folks right here, Indians? Yeah, the documents show it right here. What was on that document that made you really think that shit? Okay. So some of y'all had seen my video earlier, and some of this stuff is gonna be old to you from earlier. Some is gonna be new because I got video clips, news reports. Who is these MOWA band of Indians? Let me throw myself up here real quick. Who the fuck is these MOWA band of Indians? You know what I'm saying? Look, I done did a little bit of sleuthing, and I'm gonna sleuth even more on them because one, I'm a Choctaw. I'm a Choctaw. Okay, and they actually use the original word at one point on their website, which pissed me off. Trying to tie yourself back to my folks, and that really pisses me off. And they already didn't receive federal recognition, so you got to think these people have been acting like this tribe since then, but they were acting like it prior to then. These people have been told that they do not have Indian descendancy, any kind of I don't even know descendancy is word. They're not descendants of any kind of Indian tribe, yet they are out here literally cosplaying as Indians. Likely still to this day. Not likely they are still to this day. Let's look. Throw myself back off of here. Put myself back down here. What's up, Monet? How you doing this evening? What's up, Junior? Uh, Junior said he can't hear me. You're on mute. People said that they can hear though. That water do taste good with that ice. That's it. But some of y'all are ice eaters, and I heard that that's a trait of, I think, diabetes, but not everybody. I know people that ain't got no damn diabetes that eat ice. But no, you're right. No, it should be. Look, some of y'all are also lovers of um some of y'all are also lovers of room temperature water. I can't do that. I can't do room temperature water. I'm sorry, y'all. And I understand as I take a bite of this food over here. I understand fully that when you put cold water into your body has to use a little bit of form of energy to provide the heat in order to cool it or in order to warm it up, the body temperature, because your body's trying to maintain a 98.6 degree temperature. Here your ass done sat here and put 20-degree cold ass water in your body. Uh, so your body has to compensate for it. So I do understand. But at the same time, nothing, I'm telling you like this, nothing is even better than ice cold water when you burn it up hot like a motherfucker and cooling your body down. I love it. She said she wasn't diabetic though. Now iron low if you crave ice. I know I do. Well, I don't know if I got iron low or not, to be honest with you. But I don't be craving ice. Say, yeah, Chinese hate cold water. The Chinese hate cold water? I didn't know that. So I love it though. We're from the South. I love me some look, man. My grandpa, my papa, I don't even say grandpa. My papa, man, that man kept him a tall plastic cup of ice water in the freezer, in the refrigerator, nigga. Every time, all the time, nigga, that motherfucking cup was full. Miss my papa. Said they say it's bad for you. Well, it's gonna have to be bad for me because I can't do that. I can't. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to. It's using a little bit of energy as it go into you, but look, it is what it is. He said, "Rest in peace, Papa." Real talk, man. I'm named after my Papa. I was born on his birthday, and all that good stuff, man. So definitely miss my pops. But okay, let's get on to this. So we know that the MOWA band of Choctaw was it's fake. They don't have any descendants but 1%. 1%. Okay, he said good, I run hot all day long. Give me the ice. Especially if you're running. Or if you run hot all day. I don't know what you're doing. Um to be so damn hot all day. It depends on if you're working though. If you're working, like when I used to work, I still work. I mean, if I'm doing my detail business and I'm out there detailing cars, oh yeah, I'm burning up. Oh yeah, I need my ice water. And I'm telling you, man, you'll recover. That's one way to keep yourself from being in a heat stroke too. When I used to be a technician for AT&T, yeah, being out there in the fucking summer heat and all that, man, you got to keep you some ice water. You got to. So the Mississippi Band of Choctaw looks European. You know what? I'm gonna be looking into them next. Yeah, I prefer room temp, but I'd rather you drink cold water than soda. Now that's real talk. I don't drink sodas like that. She got me thinking real quick on that list of federally recognized tribes. Will we see the Mississippi band? We won't. We damn sure know we ain't gonna see the Mowas. Will we see the Mississippi band of Choctaw in here? MISS Mississippi band of Choctaws are in there. Now, that's gonna bring up a good discussion though, because what percentage of your Indian tribe has to actually have descendants prove that they're descendants of real Indians before they get accepted? That's the question. Now, obviously, the Moai people had only 1%. That's laughable. But what I'm getting to is you have all these tribes out here making us think that they're real tribes, just like the Moais. Okay, goddamn Modoc Nation right there. Ain't that a bitch? But okay. You already for those that know Mr. Wanaki, whatever his name is, Wanagi. That's his folks. But well, that's his folks after they probably got rid of our folks or misclassified our folks. But Mississippi Band, the other ones, you got to think about this. These other people create these tribes and they continuously look like these tribes and act like these tribes, even if they don't get federal recognition. Now, over time, you or me may join haphazardly, not even knowing, right? Not us, because we're pretty informed, but somebody out there with real descendancy of a black person may join. You know, they're over there in that same area, Mobile and Washington, Alabama, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna join the tribe of my people right next to me. I don't care if they're white folks and Siberians. I'm gonna get me my citizenship. I'm my Negro. I was their Negro slave. Okay, I know I was a freedman. Right? They going through all the whole sympathetic ass emotional bullshit. Right? A propaganda that propaganda feeds you. Well, if you get enough of those people to get up in a tribe that's controlled by the YTs and Siberians, well, now they're gonna use your ass and your family and your descendants to go get this federal recognition. Now you may ask, why am I harping on the federal recognition? Didn't they already get told that they ain't got no goddamn federal recognition? They don't descend from anything. So recognize you. What do you mean? Well, let's look at this. I find it funny that on their website, it says, hey man, join the fight for recognition. Yeah, they're fighting for recognition. You were told that nobody has bloodlines that connect to anybody ancient except for 1% of y'all. How you gonna fight that? How you gonna fight not having the paperwork? I mean, I can. The way that you will fight that is by showing the real paperwork, nigga. What the fuck you think this is? Are these people crazy? These people got to be crazy. Show the paperwork. Obviously, you didn't, or you did. It was laughable to them. So they threw it back at you and said, "Are you serious?" They said clearly in the conclusion, clearly you're not a damn Indian, okay? But you're still fighting for recognition today, okay? Not only that, but they want you to join the fight for recognition. What does that mean? Your generosity makes a difference. Help to preserve our culture and empower our future. The Help Fund. Yes. The Mohawks need your help. Yeah. They did not provide the correct paperwork in order to show that they were actual real Indians. So they need you to give them money in order to. How do you buy federal recognition? How do you buy become all of a sudden being a descendant of an Indian? How do you buy that? What how do you fund that? Yeah. We need your grandma real quick. Let me give you $30,000 for your grandma's information, your fifth great grandma's information, so that way I can apply for this trial. I don't even understand. What do you mean a fund? Are these people crazy? And you're gonna find that it's even more crazy when I show you the videos of these motherfucking people. You don't know how crazy it's about to get. But okay. They want you to be an advocate, make a change. I can't come on, zoom in. Be an advocate. Okay? Help the fund. Make a change. Join the fight. Okay? All that good rah-rah energy, right? Make a donation. All right. Join us in preserving the rich heritage that we can prove and bright future of the MOWA Choctaw tribe. Your support empowers our youth, strengthens our culture. How do you hold on? You were literally told by the BIA that nobody but 1% descends from a tribe. Where'd the culture come from? How'd you end up with getting the culture? Okay. All right. Strengthens the culture, somehow you got, and fuels our fight for federal recognition. that you can't prove. By donating, you are not only helping to protect our tribal sovereignty. How are you protecting their sovereignty by giving these niggas money? So okay, let me get this. I give you $50. You put the $50 in your pocket. I'm trying to figure out where the sovereignty is being protected in that situation. I just gave it to you. It's all that. What did you spend it on? Okay, what would you spend this $50 on that's gonna make me feel like it protected your sovereignty? All right, anyway, but also providing vital education, healthcare, and community services that uplift our people. Together, we can ensure that our traditions, stories, and strength continue to thrive for generations to come. Stand with us. With your generosity, your generosity makes a lasting impact for propaganda. Donate today and become a part of our journey of propagandizing the masses. All right. So, okay. What's up, David? What's up, Tori? Over there in YouTube world and Twitter world. Uh, and here's your MOWA Indian kids. 1% of them might be able to show descendancy, right? he a little fake ass Drake, questionable, right? They always look weird. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go through his life acting like he's an Arab. He don't know if he Arab. He don't know if he white, black, Arab, Spaniard, a fake ass $5 native. They don't know what the hell he is. Okay, and he gonna be mad at you when you try to tell him anything else. I held the MOWA Indian flag. Goddamn it! I know I'm a goddamn MOWA Indian. Fuck that federal recognition. I stood hand in hand with MOWA Indians with the flag. How you gonna tell me? Okay, I listen to Drake every night as I held the flag. Okay, how you gonna tell me? And what is this nigga doing there? Go home, nigga. Go home. I just had to throw that out there. All right, got a little upset seeing a nigga out there. Who put him out here like this? Somebody go find their family and put them on TikTok, please, where they can get educated. Okay. So what the hell? I just realized that many nations had Europeans develop their language for them. Oh yeah, many of them do. DJ Khaled Jr. Another one. Said another tribe, another one. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So they need our help. They need our help in order to provide further education to these children. In order to, and that saying that black one right there, so-called black copper colored, he's gonna be against us later. How you gonna tell him he didn't grow up in the tribe? How you gonna tell him he didn't grow up in the culture that wasn't federally recognized? And I wouldn't even care about federally recognized until now. Now I see that, oh, you have to show descendancy. I want to know what that threshold is of the descendancy, because some of these tribes maybe it's like 25% or something. Who knows, right? It should be 100%, nigga. That's really what it should be. 100%, nigga, should show descendancy of a tribe in order to get federally recognized. But whatever, I'm sure there's some threshold. Either way, they didn't make the threshold. Okay, so they need your help. They need your money, right? Now these are your folks. Look at this. This is Mr. Chief Wolford Long Hair. Where did you get the name Long Hair? Did you give it to yourself? Are you playing games? Or was it assigned to you at birth by your birth parents who wasn't descended from Indians who were cosplaying? We'll call him Long Hair. Are you serious? Are these people serious? Okay. What is his statement though? The strongest evidence The strongest evidence of our Indian ancestry is not written on documents. Says somebody who can't prove it on documents. Right? It is found in our lives, says the chief. These people are insane. These people look goddamn insane. Making up excuse. It's not written on your white tea paperwork. Okay? My white skinned people did not come from your white skinned paperwork, goddammit. People are crazy. You really gotta wonder the mental gymnastics these people play with themselves in order for themselves to believe this, right? But let's keep going, because does that look like a real Indian to you? Or does it look like his name could be Cletus Bob? Okay? Does his name look like it could be Rusty Shackelford from King of the Hill, Rusty Shackelford? That's the real Rusty Shackelford. Not Dale Gribble. He looked like he could be Dale Gribble, goddamn. Actually, Dale Gribble. The goddamn shades and everything, he an old ass Dale Gribble. Let's pull up Dale Gribble real quick. Dale Gribble. Get an idea. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's him. Or that's his grandpa. Neither one of which have Indian descendant paperwork that they can actually prove. I'm gonna have to plug this in a second. And there goes Mr. Longhair. Now you got to think. These people were told by the BIA that they have zero ancestry in the tribe to show. Where did they get the money and where did they go buy all this shit that they wearing? Where did they go buy all this shit they wear? What up, Julie? Appreciate the gifts. I don't even know if I seen you up in there, man. Appreciate that. Should have said what up to the folks. I'm talking about me, my bad. I should have looked in this and said what up to my folks. Excuse me, y'all. But think about this. Where they buy this shit at? When the last time you seen a Native American store to go buy this shit? Where do these people buy this shit? You not even part of the tribe. You not federally recognized. You don't show any Indian descendants, Indian descendant paperwork. I always want to say descendancy. Is descendancy a word? It might be a word. But you don't show any of that. But yet they still allow you to buy all this random ass shit, and y'all go around wearing this shit randomly. I'm sure you don't wear it every day. And this is what you get. This is what you get. These people, okay, playing around, playing games. Where do you buy this shit? Where do you find this shit? This shit is crazy. You gotta really want to buy it, and that's what I'm getting at. You gotta really want to buy it, cause you gotta go really wanting to look for it. It ain't, you just can't buy this shit at the goddamn mall. I'm pretty sure maybe if I typed in Native American tribal wear, then maybe I might be able to find some places to find it. But I'm just saying, it's just not easily readily available for you to just go pick up some of this shit. And these people will say this is sacred shit. So y'all selling it to anybody? Cletus Bob and this rough-faced looking motherfucking Mongolian? Okay, these people are crazy. And what the hell are you doing? Oh, faking. Okay? What, you ain't, that ain't no culture. You obviously ain't got no descendancy. They already told you, right? These people are insane. Insane. They look fucking crazy. Even her. Who put your daughter out there like this? She might be a little mixed race something too on top of that. That's probably what it is. A little mixed race kid, but I don't want to just go based off the look and shit. You know what I mean? Could be a regular, right? Well, let's keep going. The MOWA Indian Reservation says the mission, this is their mission statement. The mission of the MOWA Band of Indians is to promote, protect, and preserve the spiritual, cultural, and physical values of the tribe. Okay. It says to enhance the overall quality of life of the MOWA Choctaw people and to obtain federal recognition. If you were already denied federal recognition specifically because they said your paperwork does not match up and show anybody descending from anybody that's an Indian whatsoever, from anywhere, place, form, whatever, how you gonna obtain that? How you gonna obtain that? I'm just curious. How are you gonna end up making it happen? But okay, I harped on that earlier. But it says the Choctaw Indians of Mobile and Washington counties are located about 35 north of Mobile, Alabama. They are state recognized. I'm gonna be looking into that. How did you get state recognized? How come the state is so easily to allow you to get recognized compared to those in the federal government? And the federal government is asking for basic proof. Show us your family. Show us the documents. Our history is not written down in your documents. Okay. Well, get your ass out of here. All right. Tradition in progress. Let me see what I saw over here. The more nothing really on there. Oh, those photographs. I think I was looking at the photographs. More photographs of your MOWA Indians who look nothing like fucking Indians. And look at all this shit. It's like they trying to figure out who can put on the most shit. How much shit can I dangle from my goddamn clothes? This shit is crazy. Don't nobody put all that goddamn shit on their motherfucking clothes. It's called anyway. I'm just saying, these niggas ain't got no kind of fashion. They just the more shit they can put on, the more you think they Indian. Okay. And then you got old little 1%er out here who got her little descendancy going. Well, she actually is a descendant, probably. Here's some of their services, but think about it. Some of their services, jobs, clinic, healthcare, scholarships and grants, and and recreation. But these were the services they was asking you to donate for. So how is the tribe making money? Is it through donations only? Or do they have other ways of making money? Ooh, do I want to get into these videos yet? Oh boy. How were they making money? If you could guess, give myself a little airtime right now. If you could guess, how were the MOWA Indians making money? I want y'all to see if you put it in the chat. But what do y'all think? How were they making money besides donations? Can anybody guess? Pretending to be an Indian? State grants? That's a good idea. That's a good one. Any other guesses at it? Government funding, aka our tax dollars? That's a good one. That's a good one. I just gotta give it to you. I gotta show you. I gotta show you. I don't think anybody's gonna guess it. Why would you pretend to be an Indian tribe? You know what I mean? What kind of ways you trying to make money? You know what I'm saying? As an Indian tribe. Let's go with this. I gotta do it this way. Whoops, local video. Powwows? As soon as y'all hear it, it's gonna get you. You gonna be like, God damn it. I should have knew this. Let's see.
A small
Let me do that. Let me put this in the front.
Indian tribe.
I want to make this front. Hold on. How do I bring it to the front? I want to do it like this. Let me see how these look. It looks good over there. My TikTok people can't really see it like that. See me like that. How about this? Yeah, somewhat, somewhat. Y'all don't have to see me as much, but okay. Let's listen.
Tribe is not giving up the fight over gaming. A small Indian tribe is not giving up the fight over gaming in Alabama. The Attorney General recently declared victory over the MOWA band of Choctaw Indians after a court ruled their gaming machines seized in 2013 must be destroyed.
Gambling, nigga. Gambling. Lying motherfuckers to lie to run a gambling operation. The fake ass motherfucking tribes. Yeah, y'all didn't guess it. I bet you're probably like, who thought I did? Gambling these fake ass $5 native ass motherfuckers. Watch this. Let's listen.
Chad Petrie has an update.
This small building is almost frozen in time. This exclusive video from 2013 shows Mobile County deputies hauling out electronic bingo machines. The Attorney General called them illegal. A judge agreed, ordering the machines destroyed and more than $10,000 in profits sent to the general fund. Speaking recently in Mobile, Attorney General Luther Strange said he was happy with the ruling.
That was just consistent with the efforts we've done across the state to give everyone their day in court, to let the courts sort out the gambling issue, and as you know, we've done that now.
At issue is whether the MOWA tribe is federally recognized.
We are federally recognized. We're part of the Choctaw Nation and
Quit lying. No, you not. They literally have in the paperwork you are not federally recognized. But you gonna get on her. We all federally recognized. We with the Choctaw. We with the Chickasaw. You ain't a goddamn thing, you lying bastard.
To let the courts sort out the gambling issue, and as you know, we've done that now.
At issue is whether the MOWA tribe is federally recognized.
we are federally recognized. We're part of the Choctaw Nation, and Congress is the only people that can take away that recognition.
But repeatedly,
and they did. They didn't take it away. They never gave it to you.
In this order, the judge says they are not federally recognized.
You gotta love them in it. And repeatedly, and they are not federally recognized. You gotta love it.
The tribe does not enjoy sovereignty from state law, and that even though the state of Alabama recognizes them, it's not equal to federal recognition. This building used to be where the tribe had gaming machines. It's been pretty much used for storage since 2013. And the chief says that gaming really is one of the few industries profitable enough for them. Freeman Weaver said they've tried raising catfish and a general store in the past.
We tried raising catfish. We even tried having a little general store. Fuck it, that's all we can do is do gambling. What do you mean? That's the only way we can make a living out here. We can't farm on all this land. What do you want us to farm, nigga? On land? That's not what you do with land. You gamble on land, nigga. These niggas is crazy. These niggas is crazy. They said they could, and then the news reporter just accepting the shit. Oh yeah, oh really? Oh, you can't do anything else. These niggas is crazy.
And the chief says that gaming really is one of the few industries profitable enough for them. Freeman Weaver said they've tried raising catfish and a general store in the past.
And those activities, they generate a little revenue. But at the end of the day, it's not nearly enough.
He says an appeal is coming. In Mobile County, Chad.
So we must gamble. What else you want us to do? We tried catfishing. We tried the store. What else is there? Build homes or something? Don't nobody build homes. Don't nobody go to work. Don't nobody actually go find jobs. Okay? You want us to do that? No, that's not what we do. This is crazy. Okay? These people are crazy. Let's look at something else. Let's look at something else here, man. These people are fucking insane. I just want y'all to recognize they don't have any descendants coming from an Indian tribe. Why are they doing this? Okay, well, let's keep going. Why would they be doing all that? Okay, that's okay. Let's go to another video. I don't like
We
how
are
it
continuing to
keeps
follow new information tonight after Mobile County Sheriff's deputies seized bingo machines. The MOWA Choctaw Indians say their machines were taken illegally last night in Mount Vernon. Mobile County Sheriff's Department seized 50 electronic machines. According to authorities, the tribe is not federally recognized, which made the bingo machines illegal. Local 15's Madupe Idowu joins us from the newsroom tonight. Authorities say they double-checked to confirm
What the hell was this lady's name?
it's illegal. Local 15's Madupe Idowu joins us from
Madupe Idowu. This is about to be the most copper-colored news cosplaying motherfucking African we gonna see today. Why? Madupe Ugwabwa. And she's sitting there looking serious to the motherfucker.
made the bingo machines illegal. Local 15's Madupe Idowu joins us from the newsroom.
What? Madupe Idowu. See, nigga, this is why we changed our name, nigga. Cause you laugh at us. You laugh at us, niggas. I damn sure am, bitch. I'm sorry to lay a man. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at that name, dude. I want to hear it a fifth time.
Recognized, which made the bingo machines illegal. Local 15's Madupe Idowu joins us from the newsroom tonight. Authorities say they double-checked to confirm before raiding the center. Huh, Madupe?
That's right.
How many times did this white man have to practice her name before he put her ass on camera? Wait a minute. What? You said this lady's name is what? How long has she been working here? This nigga questioning everything. Well, when did she start? We just need you to know her name and pronounce it right. Say, okay, but where did she come from? All right, I'm done. All right. Let me let this African be a reporter, okay? Let me let her report
Idowu
on Indian shit that she don't know nothing about.
joins us from the newsroom tonight. Authorities say they double-checked to confirm before raiding the center. Huh, Madupe?
That's right, Greg. Authorities say they checked with the DA and the Attorney General's office. Everyone agreed that the Band of Choctaw Indians are not a recognized tribe, which means the group is not exempt from Alabama law. Gambling is illegal.
But she don't sound like she eat anybody's food no more, do she? But she said, how long were they running? Let's see. He trying to spell. We can't spell it. It's impossible to spell. She can't spell it. She can't spell the shit. If you look at her records, nigga, they all different, nigga. That's why it's hard to chase their paperwork today, nigga. They can't pronounce it, nor can they spell their names. That's why they didn't have motherfucking birth certificates. The doctor said the doctors didn't know how to spell that shit. Okay, let me let this lady be
Our
great.
reservation
Let her
was
be
invaded.
great.
DA and the
Let her be great. She only eats green bean casserole. That's how she got this voice. Nah, but you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense. They are some of the best cosplayers on earth. They can mimic a motherfucking accent of a white newscaster like they can goddamn Crocodile Dundee or Mary Poppins, nigga. I'm telling you. Okay, let me let her be great.
Check to confirm before raiding the center. Huh, Madupe?
That's right, Greg. Authorities say
How come I think the white dude is talking shit by saying her name twice? Hamagube? You just said her name. You wanted to say it twice. You talking shit. You hitting it with a little slick one, huh? Okay.
Newsroom tonight. Authorities say they double-checked to confirm before raiding the center. Huh, Madupe?
That's right, Greg. Authorities say they checked with the DA and the Attorney General's office. Everyone agreed that the Band of Choctaw Indians are not a recognized tribe, which means the group is not exempt from Alabama law. Gambling is illegal.
Our reservation was invaded and our property was confiscated. illegally.
Bingo is no more. The Choctaw Entertainment Center. Sheriff's deputies raided the site and seized 50 electronic bingo machines Thursday.
It's a fairly new building from what I could tell, and the whole back of the building was dedicated solely to these electronic bingo machines.
Which is illegal in Alabama.
They had nothing else going on, nigga, but gambling, okay?
Yet MOWA Chief Freeman Weaver says the Band of Choctaw Indians have the right to do what they please on their reservation.
He promised that we could live under our own laws and customs as long as we stayed a separate and distinct group in Alabama.
You are not a descendant of an Indian. Whoops, something fell. You're not a descendant of an Indian. What do you mean? You stay on your land and do it. Where did you come from? Because now you got to start thinking. Now we got to start thinking. If people like this guy right here doesn't show that he was a descendant of an Indian, then where is he from? How long has he been here? And his people, obviously not long enough to claim an Indian tribe, right? But how long has his people been here, and what and where did they come from? And when did they get here? That's the other major question. Where does his people come from? The other dude on the right-hand side. What is he? These people are obviously not white. And if you wasn't white, nor black, nor Indian, where the fuck you come from? Same thing with this guy over there. These people right here. If they are not able to show descendants, being descendants of an Indian, then what are they ultimately? What is that? Who are you? How long have y'all been here, and where did you come from? Those should be the main questions that we ask, because we have a couple of problems here. But we also have some obvious red flags. I was trying to think of another word or phrase. Not really red. These are red flags, but some obvious something. Red flags. We'll just go with that. So what I'm trying to say is that this shows that they have a buffer group. These people are literally your buffer group. If every tribe that is not a federally recognized tribe, now that we know this, every single one of them means they wasn't able to show some type of percentage of descendants being descendants of a Indian tribe. And not to say that all the ones that are recognized can do it. Remember, there must be some type of threshold, which they don't say, and I'm gonna have to look further. What I'll probably have to do is look for tribes that did get federally recognized, see if I can find their paperwork and see what was the criteria that allowed them to get put into that category. But either way, who are these people? Where did they come from? And why are they playing to be a buffer class, even though they don't even get federal recognition and get money for it? Now, again, we were just looking at them. Some of them were trying to run illegal gaming, but obviously that not all of them, because in the tribe, supposedly there are, it's covered up right there. Supposedly there are, I didn't get another photo of that. I think it's right here where it has the 00 next to MOWA. I think it's like, I hate to guess it. Oh, I can go to the website. $3,600. So obviously not all of them were dealing with the gambling. That would be the head of the tribes, who were pretty much putting up this whole front and propagandizing people and believing that they're really Choctaws. Not only does it allow them to further put a wedge between you and your ancestry and making you think that you're not the real Indian, But on top of that, it allows them to act like they can break the law and start doing illegal gambling, which was their main focus. Even though it got busted, they're still acting like the tribe. Then you got to wonder, why are y'all still doing this? If you're not making any money, unless they maybe they're getting more than enough donations. But you know what? They were doing other things. Let's look at other things they were doing. Because even though the government is not fucking with them, somebody is. Let me see. One of these will be it. Let's see.
We are continuing to follow new information tonight after Mobile County.
That's about the bingo machines. Seen enough about that. Is it this one?
Centuries long. There is a centuries-long fight.
No, I want to look at that one.
Couch to talk about an upcoming event, the 43rd annual MOWA Choctaw Powwow. Bridget Sullivan
We'll
in the
get
fight
back to
against
that. Right
COVID.
here.
As W.
Right here. We'll get back to that last one. Right here. So look at this.
KRG News 5's Chad Petrie reports members of the MOWA Band of Choctaw Indians started a vaccine program with the help of a state grant.
This plain building is just
They got a grant for giving out vaccines in the same building where their Indian gaming equipment was confiscated. Let's keep going.
called the Green Building on the Mount Vernon Reservation. Inside is a makeshift vaccination clinic.
We wanted to provide this service for the members of our community, but also for anyone else who's wanting to be vaccinated.
The grant from the State Department of Public Health is approximately $180,000 a year, every year, for the next 3 years.
Almost $600,000, 540 something, somewhere around there. $1,000 over 3 years paid to them to give vaccines. Why? The requirements really probably was easy. Do you have a space in order to administer the vaccines? Yeah, y'all just took all of our gaming machines. So yeah, we got plenty of space, and we need money. We're hungry. We don't know what else to do. We tried catfishing. We tried catfishing in a general store. We don't know what else. That's about the extent of our knowledge on this landmass we call America as Indian tribes. You know what I'm saying? Our culture didn't get us any further. But okay, let's let him keep going.
The program started recently. They have freezers full of the Moderna vaccine, and Pfizer's on its way soon.
Oh, freezers full of the Moderna one. One of the worst offenders in the whole situation of people getting poked up and having issues afterwards, right? Lightly speaking on the subject. Oh, you said, don't nobody else want it? Well, bring it on over along with that $540,000. We'll give it to somebody over here in the tribe, right? Okay, I see how you play games here, MOWA.
Soon. They'll have clinic hours here in Mount Vernon and McIntosh, and Fridays they'll go to homes of people who want to get vaccinated.
Some of our people, they are challenged with getting transportation in order to get around. Some of the closest facilities in Mobile and Citronelle, it's difficult for them to get transportation.
Wow. So yeah, these people will get money whatever way they can, and usually not in a good way because they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to farm the land. They don't know agriculture. Why would they know that? They're Indians. They just hunter gatherer TP type shit and powwow. Like that's all you got to do, you know. But let's look at this again. We know that they're not Indians. They've been told, right? But let's look at this.
Couch to talk about an upcoming event, the 43rd annual MOWA Choctaw Powwow. Bridget Sullivan is with the Powwow Committee. You
gotta think about that. The 43rd annual MOWA Choctaw. band powwow. That means for at least 43 years, these niggas have been cosplaying on purpose, knowing good well they have nobody that's descended from an Indian except for 1%. Knowing good well this, they continue to do it and have done it for damn near 50 years. You gotta think, if we can see this easily through one tribe of people faking, we know that they're all faking. And they're all very heavily invested into this shit, which makes no sense. What are you getting out of this? What are you getting out of going around pretending to be something that you've already been told from the government that you're not? And then go around here and fight, talking about, I know I am. My people's told me I don't care about your paperwork. That's the white man paperwork. I really am. And then you know that your leaders was doing illegal gaming. It's on the news. It ain't that media, y'all 3800. You gonna tell me that y'all ain't hear about it? The only one building y'all really got on that lazy motherfucking piece of strap land that really ain't a reservation. I don't know. It's probably a piece. That's another thing these motherfuckers be doing. They buy a piece of land and then call it a reservation. Call it Indian land. If it's real Indian land, you don't buy it. It was yours. You were given it. You were allotted it. Not you bought it like a normal consumer. People are crazy. People are crazy.
Also in the presence of two princesses, Jocelyn Weaver, the junior princess, and Olivia Bird, the MOWA Choctaw Little Miss. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so the powwow is coming up the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of October. The big events are the 4th and the 5th. If you've never been to a powwow, tell us, Bridget, what can you expect?
There will be tribes from all over. We have our head staff coming out of Lexington, Texas, and there will be several different tribes.
So, since they're not Indians, and we know that for a fact, what are they? Who are those people? You know, we used to do the whole phenotype check. I'm not going to do it this time, but who are those people? Are they just normal YT? What is a YT? Which YT are they? Are they Arabs? Are they YT and Arabs? They kind of look like a YT Arab mix. Makes you really, really, really wonder. What are these people? Who are these people? And how come they don't claim none of what they are?
Dance, food galore, things for the children to do. I think we have over 30 vendors this year coming. So it's one of our biggest ones that we've had in a while.
Oh, that's great.
We're excited.
That is great. Now, the princesses are going to be involved as well. So tell us, ladies, what will you be doing?
We will be dancing.
You're going to be dancing?
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
so when you say dancing, what kind of dance will you be performing?
We do, there are many different types of dancing, but we do Southern cloth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, Southern cloth, all right.
Southern cloth. Anything. So this is the thing you got to think about. Now you should start seeing what the cosplay is. Fake, like just make up something. Reference an animal, right? Hop around on your feet and stomp and scream out loud. That's your powwow. Put on as many feathers and little things you can hang on from these little sash ass motherfucking things they got, and that's your fashion. Some of the stuff they got on look like damn East Indians, Brahmin Indians. See, they could be like East Brahmin Indian and Arab mix. Ain't no telling what the hell these folks are. But what we do know is they're not Indians. They were told that by the government. They're playing games. All right, let me get this off of here real quick. And let me go back to my iPad. Flip it back up. All right. So go back over here. We know now that these people are not Indians. They have been faking the funk, but yet they would possibly trick you if they showed you things like this. They would tell you those are Indians, right? This is some of the photographs from their website. But now that we know that they cannot provide proof that they are from here, that makes this fake, right? That makes this fake. Not that just it was not a real photograph, just means that this isn't some old ass photograph like that. This is probably something from the early 1900s. Decently old. Nowhere near being a real Indian. These people aren't Indians. Again, if these people descend from these people and these people do not descend from Indians, who are these people? When did they get here? Where did they come from? If they're not white, black, or Indian at this time, what are they? Whose family did they get the pictures from? I don't even think this could be their family. I think these people are not real Indians, just like we should think, right? Same thing with this. They showed this picture, but in the past, if somebody showed you that picture, it's like that's my family right there. We'd be like, oh my God, that might be a real Indian. Maybe he's from the West Coast, Plains Indians. Nah, they was black. They was coppered. They wasn't them folks either. Actors that look up Cetos of. They are so Asian looking, their faces too hard to be Indian. You got to think about it. These people they got more of them. These are not Indians, right? We know that they can't be Indians. They probably brought this shit to the motherfucking BIA. BIA laughed at them. Nigga, what is this? You think we didn't know what this was? You know the BIA seen this. They probably brought this shit up there thinking they had something. Similar clothes, Eastern Europe. I didn't think about that. I didn't think the clothing definitely probably has some kind of origin somewhere. Europe or something, but they definitely aren't Indian attire, right? Here's some more. Welcome to the MOWA 25th anniversary. Remember, we just looked at the 43rd. But who are these people? You are not Indians, Damon. Yeah, not Indians, Damon. He's not an Indian. No matter how much he closes his eyes and opens his mouth and wait for some YT man to put in a small surprise. He's not an Indian. This is what he does at the he tried to do that at the BIA. They said, sir, we don't accept fellatios from fat Siberians. And look at this. They're standing right next to a rock that says they got to be Indians, right? They're standing next to an Indian monument taking a photograph. Standing right next to it. So you see there is constantly one darker person. He said Miguel in these group. They definitely got some dark or the lighting or they are dark. Like right here, as lighting faces silhouetted from the sun. You can see the back part of her elbow, which shows with the light sources facing back behind them. Same thing right there. You can see the light source at the left and the back side of his back on his shoulder. That's where your light source is. So the sun is facing this way. The faces are silhouetted. So it's not they appear to be a little bit darker on some of them. Some of them a little dark. they're all in cahoots to steal our land and birthday. That's real talk. Real talk. Taking photos like this next to monuments, faking it. Faking it even further. And whose baby is that? Get that baby out of here, man. That's not an Indian. And what is it? Where'd you get it? And I was playing. That they was using brown shoe polish. I wouldn't be surprised. These weirdo folks. And look, none of these are Indians. None of these are Indians, and we know it now. Look at this one. They would want you to think these are Indians. No, if I don't give a damn how many of these photographs they put on their website. Apparently, it didn't help when you went to the BIA. And you also got to think, man. Like I said, these people got to know this. These people have to know this. Now, some of them can keep trying to play these games and saying, "Hey, we're still fighting for our recognition and this," and it's just the YT people just didn't put us down on the paperwork at the time. But we know that's a crock of shit. We know that's a bunch of BS. Let's look at some other people, like Mr. Tribal Chief LeBaron Bird. That's their tribal chief. He's almost red in this photograph, and I'm not talking about red man like us. I'm talking about redneck. Okay, it's a different kind of red man. It's a completely different kind of red man. Some more of these people. Now you got to think these people have the lookership of people who be trying to play like they part of these tribes, and we know for a fact that they're not descended from any Indians. So to me, that tells me your obvious lookership, which he looks like a damn Hindustani. These people be playing games. Your lookership obviously must not mean that y'all are motherfucking Indians. If it was based on lookership, y'all would be a shoe in. You look like the motherfuckers that claim it today that keep coming through. Yeah, that looks Photoshop. He's shiny pink. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah. Oh boy, look weird. Like that. And you gotta think, man, what is it like being a dude like that looking in the mirror at yourself? I think about that sometimes, you know? Sometimes, man, there's some things I really gotta thank my ancestors about. And I'm not one to think that I just look good or anything like that, cocky or whatever. But I think I look all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm decent. I'm cool, and I'm good in other areas. You know what I'm saying? I'm very much so blessed down there. So what I'm getting to is I sometimes wonder what is it like to walk around as a guy that looks like this with a 2-inch. Would you feel like you want to blow the world up or something? Possibly so. I don't know. I would be pretty frustrated every day. You know what I'm saying, man? I would have mental problems. Possibly so. That's what I think about some of these folks sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, the life must be hard. You know, it must be pretty hard. And I would have sympathy for them had they not done so much crazy shit. Now I don't really give a damn. The world, not the ancestors, the world, whoever created you, gave you what you got because that's what you deserve. They knew you was gonna be a nothing but a trouble causing ass motherfucker, and y'all caused a lot of trouble, but y'all ain't the only ones. It was them the ones that created y'all caused the trouble. You know, the Mafrians. But that's a whole nother story. So no sympathy deserved, and then it got the nerve to be picked. I can only imagine what a woman has to go through to deal with something like that. Like if you was a woman of the night and this dude walked in and you had to deal with it. I don't know how y'all do it. I couldn't look. I'm a man, okay? And I'm not talking bad. Look, there's somebody for everybody, okay? But there are some women I would never touch, okay, in my life, period, ever. And I would never even have to for bread, okay? I'm just serious. There are some, like Honey Boo Boo's mama, or who's another bad one out there? Let's just go with that one. Honey Boo Boo's mama. Never in my life. Let that woman walk in right now with $1 million. I'd be thinking about it. Damn, that's all I gotta do for $1 million. Shit. Can I get a few days to think about this? Because the nigga could use $1 million, but you are Honey Boo Boo's mama. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this. I can't put myself through that mental anguish after I spend that $1 million. The thought is still gonna be there. That they said blindfolded. I can still feel it. I still feel my hands and what it felt at the time. It was nasty. Okay, let me get him off the screen. That's kind of creepy. That dude's kind of creepy. Same thing with these folks. What the hell is that? Right? What the hell is that? What is this? Like this lady right there. Come on, Sam. I got some money for you. Ma'am. I can't do it. I get it. No shade on any of the women of the night. I ain't got a problem with y'all. I just understand y'all got to deal with some shit. Some of y'all got to deal with some shit. Like does a male gigolo have to deal with these things? I didn't think about that. I ain't never thought about being one. I probably should. No, I couldn't do that. But imagine being one. You know what I'm saying? Your sugar mama. See, I could never have a sugar mama that looked like that. My sugar mama would actually have to look good, which she probably wouldn't be a sugar mama if she looked good like that, right? Well, you never know. Some sugar mamas are just a little older. You know what I'm saying? Looking for you a little young thing, that might be a little sugar mama too. But yeah, I'm gonna get off the subject, but y'all seen them before. Y'all seen them dudes some of them dudes here and there that are married the big YT girl that's got good credit. He come out smashing a new Honda. Nigga got the new 2025 Honda Accord, nigga, like he the shit in his girl's name. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it, player. Roll your 2025, nigga. I can't do it. All right. So again, really, a lot of this stuff we pretty much been through for the night. That's why I'm just kind of bullshitting right now. Say everything comes with a price. Yeah, some things. A lot of things do. Yeah. Hopefully some things have a good price to them. Some things you just don't want to know what that price is. What? But yeah, like I really wanted to go over that tonight. Now I was going to but I didn't realize how late it was. I was going to how come I can't find it? Oh. Go over more of this document to try to look and see where their family members, where they show their proof of their family members at, and to try to I wish there was another way to look through this. See, Monet, this is what I was talking about, Monet. When I was like, man, see, I need some of y'all. I need a team eventually, a team of people like this. 186 pages. Look, man, can you read a third of this? I'll read a third, and somebody else read a third. Cause shit, I'm gonna have to go through this bitch. But I'm gonna skim through it, and as you can see, I'm skimming a little bit. And it ain't looking like nothing easily just to stop on real quick and interesting. So I'm gonna have to go looking. I may look a little bit further, but I may not look all the way. Like I wouldn't want to read the whole document. We already know by the conclusion that they aren't even really a real thing. Just like in game college shit where it says for real, mixing is unnatural. Nah, and some people still do it, unfortunately. My brother one of them. I don't understand it at all. Said word search. Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do. Search some words, control F in there. Uh, yeah, no. That's typically what I do. I got my main words that I do my little finds on, but then I like to go through and try to get as much context as I can. I'm a definitely skim through it though. Look at the table of contents, skim through it real quick. But I won't spend a ton of time on it, to be honest with you, because we already know through the conclusion that they're not already federally recognized. So only thing I'm really looking in there is for something to make fun at, and that might point out, that might open up some other idea that or prove something else that we may want proven. But really, you're not gonna find too much. You know what? What I haven't done, I haven't looked into the newspapers, which I always do for these kind of tribes and shit. Let's see what's in the newspaper about the MOWA Indian. Let's do that. Woo! I'm still thirsty. I ain't even gonna lie. Swear to the oldest newspapers. I'm surprised. Wait a minute, 1873. But look at it, Modoc Indians, and I don't even like seeing that half the time. MOWA 1903. Let's see what it's talking about. This was the Chihuahua. I'm sorry. This is the Chihuahua Indians, not the MOWA. I'm sorry. It's not them still. Thought they had a friend, but they didn't. Let's see. MOWA. Do we find the MOWA in? We in 1972. It done jumped up quick. The first time you see anything about a MOWA Indian, let's see if 1972. Let's see if we can give them a little extra. Nope, that's the Mohicans. So yeah, first time you see MOWA is 1978. Let's look at that. It says the Indian people of Washington County have decided they as a group want to be legally recognized as a tribe. The Indians feel that they can take great pride in knowing that they are descended from Choctaw Indians, the name of which they have decided MOWA pertains to the Indians living in Mobile and Washington counties. The MOWA Indians students have a class in which they learn things about their cultural heritage. The teacher for this class is Bennett Weaver, who is also an Indian from the tribe. When asked if he felt that eventually the MOWA tribe would be as proud as brave as the Indians of earlier times, his reply was yes, the students, are taking great pride in themselves, but most of all, they are proud to be Indians. Yeah, so basically, they were seeking recognition around this time. They've been going for 43 years, though. So they've been playing games for over 43 years. And that's one thing to think about it. But nobody was talking about it. And look, this is some of the kids, Mr. and Mrs. MOWA Indians. These people they made this shit up and have been running with it since they made the shit up. MOWA Indians Commission election in the newspapers. This is insane, dude. Knowing damn well none of them have any Indian. Obama, what? No, Alabama. MOWA Indian tribe expects changes in the 80s. McIntyre's for the lineage, blah, 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 blah. I have to look into it. Indian Sea Reservation. What I would want to do is find where they got recognition from the state and see why they did it and what their criteria was. They probably didn't even get their criteria probably ain't hardly shit. Just claim it. Claim to be a fucking Indian and there you go. get a board of directors and blah blah blah. That's probably all that's really needed for the shit. So my voice is going out. Obviously, your boy needs to finish so the live stream and let my voice rest. Where the hell did my damn? Oh yes, over there. Let me get back over here real quick. Yeah. So your boy have to rest, man. Appreciate that, Judah Lion. Like always, man. I appreciate my core people who are always here. My bad, I've been missing the chat over here. Let me see. I've been missing y'all over here on the YouTube game, man. My bad, y'all. Somebody said grown weed. You probably talking about oh boy. At that thing, they said it was catfishing and something. A nonprofit, yeah. Same with being able to sell tribal banned cigarettes non-tax. I have to look into that. Didn't even know you had a YouTube, late as hell. I've been trying to be more better with my YouTube. I've been trying to get better with it. It's a crime to falsely identify yourself as something that you are not, and they accept these criminal fictions. I don't even. I'd have to see if it's really a crime, to be honest. I've heard that, but for these people and all these other tribes to be doing this same stuff and they're not federally recognized, and it really makes you wonder. You know what I mean about that? Is there really a law, or is that just something they say to scare us from actually trying to claim it? There's no such thing as a black Indian tribe. Native Americans had black slaves and white slaves captured through raids and when they destroyed settlements, not black Indians. Well, we know that there was nobody with a 2 inch, pink, whatever, like the other dude we was just showing. That's probably why he said that. He probably typed this when we was talking about that dude and he kind of got a little pissed off. I can't believe they're talking about people that look like me. Great work, bro. Appreciate that. So what's up, E Woody over there on the YouTube streets? Appreciate you. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, my voice is fine to a degree. I'm running out of breath. I'm just fatigued. I'm tired. Got the itis. I done drank all this water. I'm gonna be pissing out the whole night. TMI, my bad. How you gonna say it afterwards? It ain't gonna give a nigga time to not to close their ears or get off the live stream before you say some nasty shit. My bad, y'all. But I'm about to get off here. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be doing more live streams, man. 2026, man. More live streams, more video content, documentary year. I'm gonna be trying to focus on these documentaries for real this year. And I hope that you all support me in the endeavors. We all be for real, especially if you drink all that water I just drank, goddamn shit. And it hit you all late at night too. Man, I'm gonna be getting up 3-4 times. But appreciate y'all being in here. Appreciate you, Empress. Enchanted. You should look into the camera more. I know, right? It's hard to. I got so many that like I'm definitely trying to read off the screens, and then I got like so many screens. I got my iPad, my MacBook Pro, I got my TikTok screen. It probably it'll happen, but it ain't gonna happen as often as often as you would think. Once I get the flow, and I ain't even thinking. I said maybe a projector. A projector. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm trying to think. What do you mean a projector? Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, Monet. Maybe I don't get the reference. But yeah, your boy. I'm at the. I got another half of that meal in there, and I really want to go off and tear it up. But that's gonna, I'm gonna be feeling if I do that. I'm already feeling bad right now. Except for reading, for reading in front of you, projector for reading in front of you like a teleprompter. That's not a bad idea. I'm looking at my setup. Mm, it'd have to be quite a bit of ways. The reason why I'm going back and forth in my head, I'm looking at my camera because right now my camera's kind of far, only because I'm using this 50 mil lens, which I think I was wondering if it makes me look a little bit better on the 50 mil. The wide lens is like right in front of my face, but I wasn't really feeling the wide lens today as much as I thought I might feel the 50. Anyway, that being said, that's why it's so far. Then I won't be able to read as far, but no, I just got to get disciplined myself to when I'm not reading and I'm actually talking to y'all to actually look into the camera instead of looking down here. Like, what am I looking at? Y'all know what I'm really looking at myself. It's like, why am I looking at myself as I talk? Just an idea. I do love the camera setup. Oh no, it's a good idea. No, it's definitely a good idea. I just be down here looking at myself when I talk, to be honest, and I don't understand it. I don't know what, I should be looking at the screen at the camera, unless sometimes I'm looking at my my TikTok phone or whatever, since the phone is right here or whatever. But now half the time I'm looking. 90% of the time I'm looking at myself talk. It's weird. What's up, Indian, all year? Love to see you always in here. But it's crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Said vanity. We'll work with you on working on it. We'll just work with you, boy. Especially for this, because it does look better when I look into the camera. Because I'm doing it mostly because I usually will upload my live streams from my TikTok from the live stream studio over to the other platforms. Now, the problem with that is it takes time. Well, that's not a big problem, but it's also a different format, right? It's the format I used to do with me just being in front of my phone. I mean, in front of my iPad or whatever, little vertical screen, which is cool. But this is definitely more engaging for them. Plus, when I'm done, I don't have to upload anything; it's already done. And the TikTok people got to see it as well as the other people because they got to see it late and they felt like they was getting robbed. Because then I wouldn't upload the shit. I wouldn't upload the shit for like at least a good 4 or 5, 6 live streams. Then all of a sudden I upload like 15 hours worth of fucking shit. I wonder what that shit be like from y'all in. Like when you see me upload like 15 hours worth of fucking content out of nowhere. Like, nigga, you want me to rush 15 hours? Some of y'all do, and I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. Like, cause I would watch it too. Nigga do be putting in the game. You know what I'm saying? But that just let that go. That what makes me want to say I appreciate y'all for really rocking with your boy for all these hours and time and really wanting to get this information and knowledge. I try to keep it new for you. Like one thing y'all probably realize is I don't really go over the same old things that I've gone over before. Not that you can't. I think eventually I will start to recycle some of the topics that I've done. But this way keeps it fresh. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'll come in, I'm not really talking about the same talking points. It's always going to be something about some Indian shit. Yeah, it's going to be something about recent history and a little bit further history. I'm usually sticking within similar topics, but typically when I come to you, it's gonna be something different, and that's what I strive to do, man. That's what I strive to make sure that I keep it interesting for y'all, because this kind of content can get boring. You know what I mean? It can get that way if people let it. I appreciate you where you love it. Appreciate y'all, man. I definitely appreciate y'all more so. So I'm never disappointed with the topics ever. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, same here. When it goes to when I do watch people and watch their content, I love to see it. I love to see what everybody's coming up with and what we're uncovering. So, man, let me get over here. Y'all can hear my voice slowly declining more and more and more. So let me get my ass off of here, man. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. Keep the content coming. Always will, man. I got y'all like y'all got me, man. And I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good evening. Great 2026. Have a great 2026.